and welcome back to my channel, or hello if you are new here. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a debate, but I'm also going to be explaining how I have adapted my Vitus Venom road bike to become more lady specific / fit my body a bit more. So there is various debates going round that I've heard a little bit about recently as to whether it's actually necessary to buy a women's specific bike or whether you can fit a men's bike and adapt it more to the lady geometry, because we know that ladies' geometry is different to men's, obviously, but there are some debates going around saying that it's really not necessary to buy a women's specific bike. Does a bike just fit you if it fits you and it just doesn't if it doesn't? I'm going to talk you through how I've adapted my bike and maybe give you some ideas if you either aren't able to find a women's specific bike, or if you are, you know, in the middle of adapting a bike and you've got a men's bike. Should we just call them bikes? But they're bikes, aren't they? So whether you've got a bike that you want to fit a little bit more to you, let's do a little bit of a bike tour because that's what we're all here for. A little bit of info. This is the Vitus Venom men's road bike. It's the 2018 disc edition. It's got a nice colour on it. I like this pop. It feels nice, it looks nice, it's shiny. It's got a pop of colour on the red, which originally I wasn't that sold on, but do you know what, it's grown on me. I've grown to love him like my own. Disc. The crank length is 172.5. That's interesting because I thought they were 175s. The things that I have changed so far on the old bicycle have been, it's a 54 and it came with 42 bars. So the bars were 420 millimeters. No, that was off. 42 centimeters. 42 centimeters. Interesting. Originally 42 centimeters, but I felt like I was driving a bus, which is not ideal when you're on a road. So I put some narrow bars on. So I've got 30 centimeter shoulders, and when you put bars on your road bike, you should have bars that sort of replicate where you naturally fall forwards. So if you take a plank of wood or like a broom pole and just naturally fall forwards, it should sort of be around that width. So I've got 38s on, which are just about right, really. I'm back, my battery's about back, so let's see where we go from here. Narrower bars because lady shoulders tend to be narrower. Stem. So the stem that comes on the 54 was a 110. That was way too long for me. I felt like I was bending over a hedge to hold my handlebars. I've got a 90 on now, but I actually think that I definitely need a minimum 80. It still feels a little bit too far for me. Again, going back to ladies with shorter torsos in general, you tend to have a shorter stem on because you can't physically reach as far. So I've got a shorter stem on and shorter bars, so that's the front end. Oh, I pulled my seat post right out. We're super light, aren't we? Let's see if we can change this. Is that a bit better? Okay, I do apologise about the lighting situation. That's not great, is it? I've got a ladies saddle on it. This is a Specialized Power Arc. It's got a nice trench. It's alright. It's quite comfortable. When I've been in the saddle for a while, it does, you know, it's not, are saddles ever comfortable? That's my next question, because, you know, I'm never not feeling pressure, let's put it like that. I can't actually think what else I'm missing, because I haven't actually done that much. So that is, oh my, when am I ever not messing up my chain? That is such an issue for me. Is that even... Right. Why am I so bad at doing this? Aha! Haha. Nice. Nice. Those three things are really the main things to do to make a bike a little bit more adapted. So raising the seat post because of long legs, narrowing the bars and shortening the stem, just if we go in the natural proportion. But then it brings me on to the debate of every single person is a totally different size regardless of their gender. In my opinion, I don't think that we need women's specific bikes. I think that you just need a bike that fits your body, and there are things that you can do to adapt a bike to a male or a female, and I don't think it really matters. I would never buy a women's specific bike, partially because I'm too tall for women's bikes anyway. So I did a little bit of very quick research. Now the effective top tube length of this, 535 on this, and on the Liv Langmuir, which is a women's specific bike and supposedly, you know, sort of a middle of the range bike. It's not their race bike, it's their sort of all-around riding bike. And this is what the Venom is for Vitus as well. This is their all-around riding bike. It's not, I don't think this is their race bike. And the Liv top tube length is 540. So that was for a medium, which is effectively a 54 as well. So the top tube length is actually longer on the women's bike, which totally goes against the women's specific geometry, because if women have shorter torsos, you can't reach further forwards because you're not long enough to be able to do that. And then also the wheelbase on this versus the Liv Langmuir is 981 on both. So again, it's not shorter on the Liv to adapt to the shorter torsos that we are supposedly having. So I just thought that that was interesting. Now, I'm not sure about you, but my thoughts are that a bike will fit a person, not a gender. So that's pretty much everything that I have done to adapt the bike. If you want to get involved in the women's specific / men's / just bike debate and you have any thoughts, then leave them down below or speak to me on social, because I do think it's a really interesting debate to get involved with. And if you've got any tips on other areas that you can make or adapt a bike to fit you a little bit better, then do let me know. All my social media links are in the description. If you are enjoying these videos, I know they are very new and a different niche for me to be going down, but I'm learning a lot about bikes. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe. If you've got any other ideas of videos that you would like to see, then let me know down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. That's cold. That is cold tea. Oh, that's nice. Interesting.